Okay, so here we go. So I'm just gonna say it one more time here. The first way we learned was taking out the GCF and the rest of it stayed in there. The second method, you have to recognize that it's a difference of two perfect squares or the sum of two perfect squares. This one can be factored, this one can't be. The next method we learned has three terms, and the only way you can factor it is by figuring out factors of 3. That will give you 4. Same thing with the next one, factors of 1 and 3. That will give you the middle term. And then the next method, this one's a unique one, and this one's a unique one, because this one needs to have 4 terms in order to do it, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer, the 4-term one. And this one has to only have 2 terms, but it also has to have perfect on either side, right? And then the 6th one is a combination where you take out the GCF, and I didn't finish this one, let's finish it. I took out the 2, and then you factor it again. So these are the 6 methods, and they're just gonna be mixed around, and I think I'm gonna refer back to those 6, and we're gonna start with number 1. We're just gonna do some random ones, just a few of them to get you going. What does the top of the paper say? It says to always look for what first on every problem on the test on Monday? Take out the what? The GCF out first. That's the first thing that you have to say to yourself on every problem. Everybody hear that? Every problem you have to say, I have to look for a GCF. So in number 1, what's the GCF on number 1? Or is there no GCF? It's a 4, right? So that's the first thing we do. Take out the 4. X squared minus 9. Now you have to ask yourself, are you done with that problem and move on to problem 2? Or is this one of those 6 on that other page? Is this one of the other 6? Yes, it is. It's one of the other 6, isn't it? Which one is it? Is it on? It's on this page still. It's the second method, a perfect X, a perfect 9, which is 3 and 3. So it's this one right here, right? So you have to know that. So I'm going to go down and finish it. 4 parentheses X minus 3 and X plus 3. Final answer for the test, number 1. Let's do 6. I'm just gonna randomly pick like 5 of them. I'm just gonna do about 5 of them with you. Number 6. It's y to the second plus 18yz plus 77z squared. On the test on Monday, what do you say to yourself on every problem? Is there a what? You're gonna say to yourself? Is there a, what are you gonna say? What does it say at the top of your review sheet? Is there a greatest common factor? Do these 3 terms have anything in common with each other? Nope, there is no GCF. So you don't have to take out the greatest common factor. This is method. Which one is this method? There's only a 1 in front of here, and there's 1, 2, 3 terms. So let's see which method it is. There's a 1 in front of there, and it's a 3-termer. It's method number 3. There's 3 terms. There's no GCF, and there's a 1 in front of it, right? So it's this one right here. Some of you already finished it already by the time I get to. Put a y here and put a y here. What are factors of 77? That would give you 18 in the middle. 7 and 11. Doesn't matter where you put them? No. Plus 7, plus 11. Don't forget your z's at the end. You are done. The next problem, we'll do a couple more. Let's do, I don't even know. Let's do number 10. 12 12a to the second minus 8a. 12a to the second minus 8a. Every problem on Monday, you're going to say to yourself, Miss Chose is in your head on a Monday with your pajamas on, and she's saying, that's right, Miss Chose says, always make sure to take out the what out first? Greatest common factor. And what do these two have in common? Yeah, 4a. You take a 4a out of here, you're going to have a 3a minus 2. 4a, greatest common factor, with the 3a minus 2. That's all you can do. This is the first one that we learned. This is it. If I go back to the first page, take out the greatest common factor, leave the rest of it, don't do anything else to the problem. That was the most basic one we learned. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do number 11. No, let's flip it over. Let's do number 21. Joseph's favorite. I love this one. It's my favorite one. There is no GCF. There's a minus sign, and on either side of the minus sign are perfect squares. It's my favorite one. It goes so fast. Two sets of parentheses, x, x, minus, plus. What comes after those two fours, right? It's my favorite one. Do you know what some people are going to put on the test? 8 and 8. Does 8 times 8 equal 16? Nope, 4 times 4. It's my favorite one. I love that one. It goes so fast. Okay, let's see. Let's do 32. Let's do 32. Ooh, I like this one. What's the first thing you have to do? Miss Cho says on every problem, look to see if there's a what? Look to see if there's a greatest common factor. Is there a greatest common factor between all those four terms? Yep, there is a 2 uncommon. Take out the 2. I took out the 2. How many terms are in there inside the parentheses? 4 terms, right? Isn't this the unique one, the 4-term one? This is this one. Number 5, this is the 4-term one where you group the first 2 and group the second 2, right? So after we took the GCF out, I'm gonna use a different color. I'm gonna group these 2 and I'm gonna group these 2. So there's a little 2 hanging out there, and then what do these 2 have in common with each other? X. Take out an X, you're going to have an A minus B left, plus. What does an A and a B have in common with each other? Nothing, but they always, like 2 and 8, don't they have at least a 2 in common, you guys? 3 and 7 have something in common with each other. Don't they have at least the number 1 in common? So don't these 2 have at least an imaginary what out in front of it? A 1, A minus B. Does that change that if you put a 1 out in front of A minus B? Nope. Final answer. Carry this 2 down. 2 sets of parentheses. What do these 2 groups have in common with each other? Don't they have an A minus B in common with each other? With the what left on the other one? X plus 1? Final answer. We haven't done one like that one method, which is, trying to find it. Number 28. We haven't done one like 28 yet. 2x to the second minus 5x plus 2. 2x to the second minus 5x plus 2. Is there a greatest common factor between those three terms? Nope. So which method is this one, you guys? Let's go back to the first page. Well, there's no GCF, so it can't be that one. It's not number 2. They're not a difference of two perfect squares. It is a trinomial, but there's not a 1 out in front of it, right? It is a trinomial, but there is a number out in front of it. This is method number 4, where you sit and guess and check and try to figure out what goes in there, right? So some of you might have finished it by the time I got done talking here. Well, no, it disappeared on me. There he is. 2 sets of parentheses. This is that guess and check one. This one has to be 2x to the second, so you have to have at least a 2x and a 1x, or a 1x and a 2x, whichever way you want to do it. There's only a certain factors of 2, it's 2 and 1, but where do you strategically put the 2 and 1 so that you get a negative 5 in the middle? The 2 needs to be here and the 1 needs to be here. When you check your OI, this makes 4x, and this makes 1x. And that somehow will give you 5x. Well, these both would have to be negative in order to get the negative 5x, correct? I think I did one of each. I did not do one like 23 yet. This is the only one I haven't done. Okay, I'd say this is almost my favorite one. This has only 2 terms. On either side of the plus sign are perfect squares, right? A y squared and a 9, right? This one's a perfect squares on either side. 3 times 3 is 9, y times y is y squared, and there's a plus sign. This is probably my favorite one. Wow, crazy one on the test, huh? Okay, whatever, I don't even know. Is it still coming? Yeah, there it is. Does that help? Does that help? Should I keep going? Should I keep doing a couple more, or do you want to just start trying to figure out these on your own? What do you have to do on every problem though? Is there a GCF? Is there a GCF on every problem? Number 2. Is there a GCF? Nope, number 2 does not have a GCF. But how many terms does it have? 3. So you should be able to factor it. Number 3 doesn't look too hard. Number 4, is there a GCF? Yep, there's a GCF on number 4. 5, there's no GCF. And so on. So I think that's plenty. I think we did 7 of them. So, or whatever I did. I don't even know how many I did. So check your answers on the back side. If you have questions, ask me today. So I kind of videotaped this for the kids at home, so if they wanted to watch a few more of this, they can. I have people emailing me, asking me questions, so